With the power of Tandem HR, you are in the fast lane on Main Street with Get Down to Business with Shalom Klein, the show for business and jobs. Now, the champion of networking, the advocate of jobs, the guru of business, your host, Shalom Klein.
We just concluded National Leave the Office Early Day. I bet you didn't know that one existed. We are all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. And business, we talk a lot about business here. You're on with Get Down to Business, and I'm your host, Shalom Klein. Remember, you can always download podcasts from the Get Down to Business show on my website at shalomklein.com. And while you are there, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Shalom Klein. Get Down to Business is powered by Tandem HR, your solutions center. You can find them at tandemhr.com or call 630-928-0510. You can also email them, simplify@tandemhr.com. This week, we will be joined by some fantastic guests, starting with Pete Sikorski of Get Fresh Produce. We're going to be talking about public speaking and presentations, and we're going to be talking with Nellie Rowland of A Safe Haven. So we are honored to be joined in studio with Peter Sikorski from Get Fresh Produce. Pete, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
So, Pete, what does Get Fresh Produce actually do?
Get Fresh Produce is a specialty produce distributor to restaurants. So simplistically, we're delivering fruits and vegetables and some other food service items to many of the restaurants that are the largest in Chicago.
So you're not in the retail business. You don't actually have a store.
We do not have a store, no. We're distributors. We do some retail distribution to some mom and pop retail stores, but we're not retailing ourselves.
And Get Fresh Produce is a Chicago area-based business?
It is. We're really covering as far north as Green Bay, as far south as Indianapolis and central Illinois. So it's really a 3-state coverage, but out of our one facility in Bartlett.
Wow. And how did the business actually get started?
The business started about 30 years ago, and it actually did start as a small retail operation on the northwest side of the city. In the early 80s, there were a lot of mom and pop grocery retailers that were looking for a new way of generating revenue. So in the Get Fresh Produce's case, began to sell produce in the morning at the grocery store. Then when the grocery store closed, moved on to actually taking the product on a truck and trying to sell to the local restaurants that were in the area. And then that just kind of blossomed into a small distribution operation. And then over the last 15 years, Get Fresh Produce grew more significantly with corporate customers and now is one of the largest independent distributors of produce in Chicago.
Not so small anymore, is it?
No, not at all. Not at all.
And you're running, it sounds like, quite an operation from what I've seen. You have a fleet of vehicles. You're dealing with distribution. Obviously, you're in the business of produce, but there's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes. Tell us a little bit about the average day. You're the chief operating officer. You see a little bit of everything. What happens when you come in the morning? What goes on until the time that you leave at the end of the day?
Gotcha. Well, we are a 24/7 operation, so we are never closed. So that's one of the things that's toughest about my job is, to some extent, I'm plugged in 24 hours a day. So I have a team of folks that work at night to take care of business the next morning, people that work during the day to take care of business at night. So usually the first thing in terms of plugging in is understanding, hey, do we have any serious issues with safety that I have to be aware of? Vehicles, we have about 100 vehicles on the road in a given day. People, I have 325 employees. So the personal safety of the employees and how we impact the external world safety is my most important issue. Once I know that that's clear, really the rest of my day is primarily people issues, working with my managers, making sure that they're capable of developing their folks and making sure that we're still funding the growth of the company the right way, both from a people standpoint as well as a financial standpoint.
But for the people that come into a local produce store, a local grocery store, they don't know Get Fresh Produce. They only know the quality products that they get on the shelves. Is that correct?
That's correct. I think one of the funniest things about this is now that we're talking about Get Fresh Produce, people listening to the show will begin to see my trucks all over the place. We have not done a great job of building the brand. We've really been very customer focused, and the company has grown almost despite the fact that we've done very little brand building. We're really about the 150th largest privately held company in Chicago, but you won't see us on Crane's list or any of that because we just haven't done a whole lot of promotion. But now that the name's out there, as you're driving down the street, you're going to notice our white trucks and our mud flaps that say Get Fresh Produce, and it's going to become a little bit more obvious. Wow, these guys are everywhere.
And it's just over the past few days, as we're getting ready for the show, I started noticing it as well after I've been on the website and checked that out. So congratulations, you're growing a business, and as we said just a moment ago, probably most people they only know the side of the business. They know that they're getting fresh produce from their stores, but you're the ones behind the scenes that are making all that happen. So that's great news. So switching gears for a second, you're running, as we were just saying, quite an operation. You're dealing with employees. You're hiring people. You're dealing with creating the right environment. Tell us a little bit about the environment that you think makes Get Fresh Produce such a great place to come to work, and what you think other businesses can perhaps learn from your model that you've created, growing from a small business, growing into what's now become a pretty large Chicago-based business.
Gotcha. I think the one of the things that I would like to feel that my employees would say is that individual contributions are very well valued at Get Fresh Produce. And as an individual, you can take your work and you can make your work stand out. The company has grown tremendously. We've tripled over the past 5 years. The company continues to create its own opportunities. We get into many different adjunct businesses, begin to distribute more and more products. We need more and more people to become leaders in the company. Many people could come into my company at an introductory level, be that as a driver or someone in the warehouse, show an aptitude for what we do and a care for our customer, and can really grow into a manager. And ultimately, there's nothing stopping anyone from becoming an executive of the company eventually. So I think that for my folks that are looking for career growth potential, even starting out at a low level, you can show your aptitude and you can grow, and the company continues to grow and create its own opportunities. You're not necessarily fighting for this limited pool of opportunity, but the company's growth fuels things that may be there 12 months from now that I can't even imagine today.
But hey, it's got to be a great place to work. You're working on colorful, delicious fruits and veggies all day. It's got to be just a lot of fun to come to work. And so Pete, are there job opportunities that exist right now that you want to make people aware of?
Yeah, absolutely. The three categories that I would talk to people about, one is commercial drivers, people with CDL licenses, A class and B class. What makes Get Fresh stand out from other jobs, you're going to get a decent amount of overtime. If you're looking to work 50 hours a week, you're going to get paid. You're going to work hard, but you're going to get paid for it. You'll get paid overtime. You'll be home every night. A lot of drivers are out on the road continuously. Within our job, you'll be home every night, every day. We can work people during the day, and I also have people that work overnights. So it kind of works with families that have different schedules. Hey, it may be better for one person in the family to work at night. Well, I can put people to work at night as much as during the day. So CDL drivers, I'm always looking. I've been at Get Fresh for 3 years, and we have never stopped looking for CDL drivers. Beyond that, I'm looking for folks in the warehouse. And in the warehouse, we have positions where the harder someone works, the more they get paid. It's a bit of a variable compensation model. The more packages they pick, the more they're going to get paid. It's a way to make your performance stand out. So I'm looking for good warehouse people that are looking to say, hey, I want to work hard and I want to be paid and rewarded for working hard. And then beyond that, we expect to be opening up a new division within the next, call it 6 months. And I'm going to probably need in the realm of 25 to 30 people to help me with the processing of fruits and vegetables. We're going to get into the processing world, dicing things like onions, carrots, celery on our own and selling that as a value-add product. But I'm building that from scratch, and we're going to need folks to help us out with that.
Well, my wife always tells me that I'm not the best slicer and dicer, but I am a pretty darn good peeler. So hey, listen, I might stop by and come by for a visit real quick. So in just a minute, I'm gonna ask you to sort of share your website so people can learn more about those job opportunities. But if you have one bit of information, it sounds like you're telling people, work hard, that the opportunities are there for somebody, regardless of the position, as a CDL driver or in the warehouse. There's compensation, there's advancement opportunities for somebody that's willing to work hard. And it sounds like that's been your story as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Individual achievement can always stand out in the right group environment, and that's definitely something that's available for everyone and something I've always pushed for myself.
Well, Get Fresh Produce is making a difference in the Chicagoland market. As we said before, you're probably going to start to notice the trucks and maybe even the facility out there, and apparently poised for a lot of growth, new divisions opening up. So Get Down to Business is all about small business jobs and entrepreneurship, and this is a great story of an entrepreneurial success. So we're thrilled to have you here on the show. Peter Sikorski, how can people find out more about Get Fresh Produce and those job opportunities and just general information about your business?
Gotcha. If you want to check out the website, it's www.getfreshproduce.com. You can also stop out and see us at our facility out in Bartlett, Illinois. We talk to people on a walk-in basis all the time. And there's also application out on our website. So stop in and let's see if it's a good fit for you.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us on the show. After the break, we're going to be talking a lot more jobs, small business, and entrepreneurship. You're listening to Get Down to Business. I'm your host, Shalom Klein. Remember, you can download podcasts from this show and find out our guests next week on shalomklein.com.